Hey, this is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy in Frankfort, Kentucky, and this is part of our Fundamental Movement Skills series. This is the backfall. So I'm going to show the progression that we use to teach the backfall. We're going to start from the ground, from a seated position, all the way up to a standing position. Importance of the backfall: you need to know how to do this in order to not hurt yourself when you fall down, perfect self-defense. Also, you want to make sure that you can train your takedowns safely and you don't get hurt when you're doing takedowns. So let's look at the position. There are three key components in the backfall. I need to maintain my chin to my chest because I don't want my head to smack the mat. If my head hits the mat, I could likely get a concussion or even die. So it's important to make sure that your chin goes to your chest and your head does not touch the mat or the ground if you were in a self-defense situation. I want to make sure that my back impacts the ground before my arms. So a lot of times when people are falling, it's a natural reaction. People want to reach for the ground. Okay? They want to reach that arm back for the ground. What happens is I take the fall, and my wrist could get injured, my elbow could get injured, or my shoulder could get injured, or basically all three of them. The same thing if I take it on my elbow, hit here. So the impact is being driven through my elbow and my shoulder. So what I want to do is to keep the flat side of my hands down and take the fall with my back. I'm going to do this slap each time to increase my awareness of where my arms are supposed to go. You may not slap every time you get thrown in an actual throw situation, but doing this in practice will help maintain that awareness of where your arms are. The third thing I want to do is to exhale. So I want to make sure that I'm not inhaling when I hit so that I don't get the wind knocked out of me. So tuck your chin, smack the mat with the palms of your arms impacting at the same time as your back. So your back and your arms impact at the same time. And you also want to exhale. So I'm going to do a few reps from the seated position. This is how we normally start. Notice how my body rocks up as if I were being thrown, landing, and I wanted to make sure I had some sort of a guard that the person could come into. All right, so do a few reps here. Just like that, okay? A few reps from the side. Okay, so we have the first stage in our progression. Now we can add a little more speed when people feel comfortable with that, and we'll put them in a squatted position. So we'll start from here. There's nothing different in this technique. They're just starting from a squat, which adds a little bit of speed, a little bit of height, and you're helping people get over that fear of falling. So I'm going to do a few reps. Okay, from the side. Okay, so that is the second part of the progression. The third part of the progression is we're going to do it from standing. So I'm going to stand all the way up. I'm not going to jump backwards. I'm just going to squat and then fall. Okay, so it kind of blends seamlessly with what we just did. And then after each rep, I'm going to do a proper stand and base. So this is a perfect time to reinforce the idea of standing in base or standing up properly. There's a link to the video above. If you haven't seen that video, make sure that the students know how to stand in base so that they're not practicing getting up the wrong way. Okay, so I'll stand in base. So I'll do a few reps from standing, cross our arms, tuck our chin, sit up, post out, stand up. Okay, from the side. Okay, so that is the full progression. We can add some more dynamic movements to it. If you have the space and the padding to add a little bit of jumping to it, you can increase the impact. So I'll demonstrate a couple of these. Although these are not necessarily done in every class. It can, as a person's ability to take a fall increases, you can add some amplitude. So basically, I'm going to do this from the side so that you can kind of see. It's hard to see from the front. My feet are actually going to come off the ground. So that is the backfall technique. This is Brian Jones from Valhalla Academy, reminding you to train hard, train smart, and train often. I'll see you next time.